grateful to be here. And I just want to use the privilege to introduce to you our wonderful guest. Our chair, as Mr. Carl Ampah, is the representative from the UNESCO office, Accra, and lawyer Bernard Bosompra is the former copyright administrator of Ghana, and also he's here in our midst. And then we also have the current copyright administrator, who is the acting, his representative in the person of Mr. Samuel Ewuku. Yes, he's here representing the acting copyright administrator. Then we have Mr. Kobe Spikey. He is a wonderful content creator, a musician, and a fantastic man who has created songs that even the football world have been able to, unfortunately, infringe on his rights. So, Mr. Kobe Spikey, he's known as Mr. Nkrumah. Yes, he's also here. Thank you very much. And then my partners since 2020 have been a wonderful support to me. That is the Apprise Music. The CEO is here, Mr. Michael Bamfo. Yes, I've been doing this with them all these years. And then we also do have Musicians Union of Ghana, being represented by our National Welfare Officer, National Treasurer. Yes, National Treasurer in the person. He's also a musician, has created wonderful songs. And when I mention his name, I'm sure you would remember. Reverend Eddie Eyesen. Yes, yes, thank you very much. We do also have my own father, who is Mr. Benjamin Oduro Arhin. He's also here, a former lecturer from University of Cape Coast. And then we have Reverend Tega, all the way from Cameroon. I've known him for about 5 years now. Reverend Tega, please give us a wave. Yes. We have the currently Actors Guild representative in the person of Mr. James Clark, a.k.a. Alafia. Yes, also representing Alive. We are so grateful. And then we do have Mr., we call it Me Frankie, just like Frankie Five. Also, he's also here in the midst. He's a musician and also a wonderful pundit. Mr. Frankie, yes, thank you. And we also do have Mr. I don't want to say Mr., so let me put away Mr. He's a DJ, you know. He mixes music and makes it lovely. DJ Planet, he's here, and he's also in our midst. And then also we do have a group that I consult for, which we know as the National Federation of Masqueraders and Fancy Dress. Their vice president is here in our midst. Honorable Martin Kweku Bejra. Yes, thank you very much. We have Mozino at the back. We have Mr. Bobi at the back. We have Lovely B at the back. And our MC, who was also here. God bless all of you for being here. Apprise Music came with a team. So the team is acknowledged. The grace and this and that also. So thank you very much. I am here basically to start this, a very short experiences, the one we couldn't have on TV, to just also kind of give people insight onto what intellectual property and sport can veer into. So I would start by inviting our chairperson to come and join me on stage, and then we'll have about 10 minutes conversation. Then I'll move on to all the other speakers. And then as you are here, please observe if you have a question, then you can bring it on board. Thank you very much. Let's welcome Mr. Carl Ampah as he joins me here. All right, so Mr. Carl Ampah is the chair for the day. He's going to give us his opening remarks and then some few points that we want to build up from there in the next few minutes. So, sir, thank you very much and welcome. How is UNESCO?
UNESCO is good.
We thank God. So this is World Intellectual Property Day, and we happen to be our wonderful chairperson for today. Please, what do you have for us this morning?
Okay, so now we are getting very formal.
Yes.
A bit different from what we had earlier on in the day. So distinguished guests, colleagues, representative of government and industry who are here, members of the academic community, and then respected retired copyright administrator, ladies and gentlemen, It's both an honor and a privilege to chair this important lecture held in commemoration of World Intellectual Property Day. I extend sincere appreciation to the organizers for this invitation and for convening such a timely and forward-looking dialogue here in Accra. This year's theme, Intellectual Property and Sports, Emerging Trends and Opportunities, is not only relevant, it is essential. The intersection of intellectual property and sports represents one of the most dynamic frontiers of today's creative economy. From athlete image rights and broadcasting agreements to merchandising and digital content ecosystems, intellectual property is now central to how value is created, protected, and distributed within the global sports industry. From the perspective of UNESCO, intellectual property is more than a legal or commercial instrument. It is a catalyst for creativity, innovation, and sustainable development. It empowers creators, whether they are athletes, artists, designers, or digital innovators, to derive fair benefit from their work while contributing to cultural diversity and economic growth. In collaboration with partners such as the World Intellectual Property Organization, UNESCO advances policies and programs that strengthen creative ecosystems, particularly in developing countries. Our work spans several interconnected areas, and I'm going to outline them. First, the creative and cultural industries. Here, we support frameworks that enable creators to protect and monetize their assets, especially within sectors such as music, film, fashion, and traditional crafts. In Ghana, this includes heritage-rich domains like kente weaving and contemporary digital creativity. Then we look at sports and ethics. I mean, most people usually know UNESCO as education, science, culture, and communication and information. But we have a big role also in sports. Anti-doping is a big area for UNESCO, and it's the UN agency that has been tasked, to handle that. So we also promote anti-doping in sports, and sport as a driver for inclusion, youth empowerment, and sustainable development. Through intellectual property, we are increasing opportunities to protect athlete identity, ensure fair compensation, and enhance the integrity of sports commercialization. Then the third part, digital transformation. As sports content increasingly migrates to digital platforms, issues of ownership, licensing, and fair use become more complex. UNESCO advocates for balanced systems that protect rights holders while ensuring equitable access to knowledge and cultural expression. Thirdly, education and capacity building. This is also very important. A core part of our mandate is strengthening knowledge systems by fostering intellectual property, literacy among students, entrepreneurs, and policymakers. We help build resilient economies that can compete globally. So today's lecture speaks directly to these priorities. Ghana stands at a pivotal moment where its sports sector, rich with talent and global potential, can significantly benefit from stronger intellectual property frameworks. Whether it is a young athlete building a personal brand, a broadcaster investing in exclusive rights, or a startup developing sports-related digital content, intellectual property is the backbone of sustainable growth. I also commend the initiative to broadcast this lecture nationwide through your media or media partners. This aligns with the UNESCO's enduring commitment to the free flow of ideas by word and image, ensuring that knowledge is not confined to this room, but reaches citizens across the country. So as chairperson, I encourage all participants to approach today's discussions with both critical insight and practical ambition. Let us move beyond theory to achievable strategies that will strengthen Ghana's sports ecosystem, protect its creators, and unlock new economic opportunities. In closing, Dr. Arhin, I reaffirm UNESCO's commitment to supporting Ghana in advancing intellectual property awareness, fostering creative industries, and leveraging sport as a vehicle for development. It is now my distinct pleasure to formally open this annual intellectual property public lecture and to invite our distinguished speakers to lead us into what promises to be a highly engaging and impactful session. I thank you.
All right, so well, audience, we are very grateful for our chairperson's wonderful opening remarks. Just some few points we want to pick up, and we want to just look at going forward with all other subsequent public lectures. We want to find out how can we bridge the gap between UNESCO as an entity and then the process through which all other creatives can be able to also approach the office. What are the processes to go through so that it will help all of us learn from that point of view?
Okay, the UN usually creates all these days to help create awareness or spotlight certain issues that need to be discussed or dealt with. And we usually would want the nations to lead. Of course, there are certain times when the UN agency itself would take the lead. But ideally, we would prefer that governments take the lead or nations take the lead, and then the agencies provide support. So as I said when we were discussing this up there, April 21st is even International Day for Creativity and Innovation. So that can be connected with this day, which actually fell yesterday. That's International IP Day. On April 23rd also was World Book and Copyright Day. Yeah. So all these three can be connected in the discussions that we're having. And as far as UNESCO is concerned, the office is in Roman Ridge. It is your house. A UN house is the people's house. You can walk in anytime to find information, or if there's something specific you need, you may set up an appointment, come see any of us so that we talk. If we're not able to help, we can even point to areas where you can get support, because that's part of our role, connecting people, help create the dialogue, and ensure that we all benefit from these days that are to be celebrated, or the people actually benefit and make good use of these days.
Fantastic. Let's show some love to our chairperson. So the UNESCO office is a link between us and every aspect of our lives in education, science, culture, and all that. So we want to just wrap up with this conversation and then find out about does UNESCO has a process whereby if an individual wants to push a legislative instrument in a country, that they can help facilitate that process so that it can, help us get that frontier that, oh, okay, I have even UNESCO backing. What will be that process if it is possible?
Okay, don't forget that the UN is a secretariat for all its member states, same as UNESCO, as one of the specialized agencies. So we can provide you with all the technical information you need to help you craft whatever draft legislation that you want to put out there. We can put all that, we can help you, we can help connect you to other people also who may have what we may not have, to ensure that you have all that you need. We are also able to convene. We have the convening power to put people around the table to help you get all the information you need to put things together. And just like you said, UNESCO was actually set up to promote global peace. So all that we do, through education, the sciences, that's natural science, social and human science, communication and information culture, the bottom line is to ensure that there is global peace and sustainable development. They are not on its own, but they're all geared towards that.
All right, let's show some love. Let's show some love.